They say that money makes the world go round. It seems that money can stop the world from turning too. Money is the invisible driving force for the future of our world. It can be either used to save or destroy our planet.
Globally, we are subsidizing the fossil fuel business to the tune of $5.3 trillion a year. Most of those subsidies have to do with the fact that the price does not yet adequately reflect the environmental cost of these fuels. If we had a price that did adequately reflect that, I think that would go quite a long way towards changing the incentive structure of companies like, say, Exxon or Shell.
Our whole economy relies on nature, but we spend $1.8 trillion annually funding nature destruction through environmentally harmful subsidies. It is not just private money, it's public money too that funds the destruction of nature. We need to spend $300 billion a year by 2050 to protect and restore our planet. It is just a tiny little fraction of the $258 trillion in managed assets. But there are investors, companies, and governments that are turning in the direction of a nature-positive economy.
There is a clear need to finance nature, and the private sector and the capital markets are urgently needed to deploy capital at the scale required to solve the biodiversity crisis. Failing to account for biodiversity risk means failing to accurately assess the risks to your portfolio.
More than 300 banks, representing more than half of the banking industry, have agreed to align their lending and investments with the Sustainable Development Goals.
We have been working for more than 7 years to structure transactions designed to generate big gains for biodiversity while delivering financial returns. Today, we are providing conservation management on behalf of more than $2 billion in investment capital.
Who do our public and private institutions work for?
We're very proud to be founding signatories of the United Nations Principles for Responsible Banking. We've worked together to deliver profit with purpose, ensuring that our day-to-day operations help more people and businesses prosper in a sustainable way.
If they worked for planet Earth, if Earth had an investment portfolio, what would she hold shares in?
As Africa's largest bank by assets, we believe we have a responsibility to lead, to set the example for other banks, both African and emerging banks, to the Sustainable Development Goals.
How will she measure returns?
Nós acreditamos que a sustentabilidade tem que estar presente em tudo o que fazemos.
We all have a part to play, from investment bankers to government ministers to everyone who holds a pension or anyone who has a bank account.
By signing the principles, 130 banks, $43 trillion in assets, have committed to align their strategy with the Paris Climate Agreement and the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
The Asian Development Bank has been strategically using our resources to offer innovative financing for nature and biodiversity projects. This includes direct financing and credit enhancement, along with other financial instruments such as green bonds, blue bonds, blended finance, and public-private partnerships.
By 2030, we will have reduced our greenhouse emissions by 3/4 from 1990 levels. And we're committed to achieving a just transition to net zero by 2045. That investing in nature brings interrelated benefits to the environment, the economy, rural communities, and the general well-being of society.
The idea that, where your money goes all the time could be the biggest sort of superpower you have when you're fighting for climate. And in some ways, it's a really exciting one because every single day you could be doing good. And at the moment, every single day you may be supporting industries you don't believe in.
We don't have to leave all the decisions to the biggest financial institutions or governments. We have the power to act. Every financial act we take has an impact. A green pension is more than 20 times more effective in reducing carbon emissions than switching to renewable energy and becoming a vegetarian. Money isn't everything, but together we can change how it makes the world go round.